Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is turning to U.S. lawmakers for help as he tries desperately to persuade the Biden administration to do more to punish Vladimir Putin for his aggression. We're joined now by Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy, one of the lawmakers who heard from Zelensky today. He's a key member of the Intelligence Committee as well. Congressman, I want to start with that meeting you and these other lawmakers had with Zelensky today. What message did he deliver to the United States?
He basically said, I appreciate what you've done, but we need more. And I have to say that there was a unity of spirit among Democrats and Republicans in wanting to do more and listening to him. I got to say, it was a surreal Zoom call, the most surreal that I've ever had, where you have this man in a bunker who's basically the face of freedom and fighting for his country.
What kind of additional military assistance, military aid, do you believe the United States should actually offer the Ukrainians?
So far, the president has offered almost and now delivering almost $1 billion worth of military aid just in the last 6 months and delivering it as we speak. I believe that the next step is doing what President Zelensky has asked, which is trying to support his desire for fighter planes. He wants Russian-made fighter planes because that's what Ukrainian pilots are trained on. But the only countries that can supply those are countries such as Poland on his western border. And so we want to try to, I believe that we should try to support some of our NATO allies like Poland in providing those fighter planes and just facilitating the ability to fight the Russians in the air.
As you know, speaking of the air, the U.S. and the NATO allies have, at least so far, dismissed President Zelensky's pleas for what's called a no-fly zone. Is it possible to establish a no-fly zone without inviting a direct conflict with Russia?
No, that would absolutely lead to a direct conflict. The American people don't want that, and it would be dangerously escalatory.
Putin says the economic sanctions introduced by the U.S. and its NATO allies are equivalent to what Putin calls a declaration of war. Do you think he's bluffing, or are all of us in serious danger of a direct conflict with Russia?
I don't know, but based on my impressions of what the Russians have been doing with regard to their strategic forces and so forth, I don't think that they are changing their status. He engaged in some nuclear saber rattling, but it seems to be more rhetoric than anything else. All that being said, Wolf, I think that we should continue to impose the sanctions, increase the pressure. The president has done so in a united way with our allies and partners around the world. And we should continue to practice de-escalatory rhetoric when it comes to nuclear and other strategic forces so that we don't engage in any kind of spiraling of our rhetoric and our other measures, military measures, out of control.
Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy, thanks as usual for joining us.